What I miss? Let's find out. Not only is Disney not putting Song of the South on Disney Plus, but they're also removing the racist crows from the Disney Plus version of the animated Dumbo movie. Well, given all the good shit I've heard about Disney Plus, I was bound to run into something stupid. See, as a human being, I'm not necessarily a fan of pretending the whack shit you did never happened, especially if you've learned from it. Because acknowledging that you've done some whack shit in the past, especially when we know you've done some whack shit in the past, while it's clearly evident that you've learned from your mistakes, provides evidence of growth. And trying to eliminate those mistakes so that there's only the end result is pretty much the equivalent of, I've always been perfect. Fuck what you heard. That's why I appreciate the warnings Warner Brothers puts in front of their collections of Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies cartoons from, like, the past. Because it shows that they used to be problematic in how they depicted people and things in the past, and they've clearly gotten better about it. But to pretend they didn't exist because of it can be a disservice for multiple reasons. So here's a warning. Enjoy? You know what I mean. The Russo brothers have confirmed that they're working on a Stan Lee documentary. The Russos revealed this during an interview that they had with the India Times, but because it's still in the early development phases, there's not really that much to talk about yet. And rightfully so. I'm pretty sure that they've been busy with the press junket for Endgame to even start on anything. I am glad that this is their next Marvel-related project after Endgame instead of a movie, since they did say that they needed a break from telling stories with Marvel Studios until a story they really wanted to tell came along. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kinda interested in seeing what a documentary by the Russo brothers looks like. I've noticed that film directors bring a completely different vibe to documentaries than they do with their movies. I've definitely noticed that with Ava DuVernay. Like, the ability to do stand justice isn't what I'm worried about. I'm sure that they got that on lock. I'm just curious about the final result. 20th Century Fox has stopped production of the stop-motion animated movie Mouse Guard. In a move that nobody saw coming and has nothing to do with the fact that Disney now owns 20th Century Fox. On the bright side, with them scrapping this movie, that means the film rights have returned to the owner, so he can find another studio that wants to make it if he so chooses. But no, we weren't kidding when we said that the buyout would result in a significant drop of movies being made per year, people. Especially now that Disney owns almost half of Hollywood because of it. They're thinking quality over quantity in every product that they owned except their own. But hey, I mean, you got that Deadpool commentary track for Endgame. Everything's fine. Toho, the Japanese company behind Godzilla, is looking to get some groundwork established in America. They're doing it through Toho International Incorporated, a subsidiary that they owned since the 50s, but never really utilized it. Mostly because they didn't know what the fuck to do with it. But their current plan, after giving it $14 million to work with, is to establish a footing in Los Angeles so that they can have a more direct relationship with American filmmakers. Which makes sense, considering that two of their most recent investments, Pokemon Detective Pikachu and Godzilla King of the Monsters, which I'm so fucking hyped about, come out later this year. So yeah, the plan makes sense, and it's not like it hasn't worked out in the favor of Japanese companies before. Plus, the terms for Legendary Pictures maintaining the rights to Godzilla after they expire is to just keep making Godzilla movies, so Toho doing so is also a way of keeping a closer eye on Legendary. All in all, I'm kinda here for it. I'm just personally wondering if we're gonna get a Reggie Fils-Aimé or a Doug Bowser as its president. Netflix is experimenting with the shuffle feature. They're doing it in the form of a button that'll play a random episode of a series you want to watch. Right now, the test is only working on the Netflix app for Android phone and tablet users. And it consists of a play a popular episode button along with a play a random episode button, if I read the article correctly. So if the series is something like Futurama or The Office, if Netflix decides to keep this feature, it might actually work out in our favor if you just want to watch a random ass episode of something that doesn't necessarily follow a season-long storyline. Or that does, shit, I don't know your life. It wouldn't necessarily be beneficial for me specifically since I rarely watch those types of shows on Netflix. Mostly because I enjoy watching Frasier in episodic order and, Living Single is on Hulu. But I know people who do, and I think they get a kick out of this. Actually, I'm pretty sure they get a kick out of this. Damn sure, actually. Why do I have friends like that? Anyway, readers, your homework assignment for the day. Write in the comment section below any news stories that I might have missed, and I'll make sure and try and cover them next week. Patreon-a-thon is going on all April long here on Readus 101. So if you want to qualify for giveaways and help financially support the channel, you can join my Patreon by clicking the card at the end of the video or in the link in the description down below, where you can also find a link to my merchandise store. Or if you prefer to give one-time donations, you can find links to my PayPal and my Ko-fi account in the description box as well. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and every other Friday. But until then, this is Readus 101. Class dismissed.